Good morning, everybody. I am Dr. Robin Lococo, President and founder of Challenge Champions and Heroes. Today, I am so excited to be here. Today, we're doing our first special needs civility dialogue conversations, real life education through real life stories. I am so excited. I have noticed that through my travels of bringing honor and recognition around the world, I'm in 12 countries now. We've honored over 300 people. One thing I've noticed is that the special needs community is very sheltered and very hidden. And I believe that this program will help educate people to the special gifts that the special needs people have. I think that's very important to break the stigmas of what people that don't deal with special needs every day, they'll get a chance to hear these stories. So I believe that this show will build healthy communities. It'll create a safe space for special needs to communicate and also a place to be heard. So today, in my very first show, I am excited to have my good friend, Dr. Penny Heflebower, and she's going to share her story of what her life was like with a special needs sister, her sister, Alice Marie Remstead. So please, Dr. Penny Heflebower is the president and founder of Female Civility Chaplains. She is the founder of the Victor Valley Rescue Mission. She was a special needs aid teacher at Apple Valley High School for many years, I believe 8. Could be more, huh, Penny?
19.
19. Oh, wow, I was way off. So 19 years. And today, again, we're going to share about her sister, Alice Marie Remstead. So welcome, Penny, to our very first real life education through real life stories.
Thank you so much, Robin. Thank you. Thank you. This is a real pleasure for me too, because I feel that this is an important important Zoom to let people know who don't have disabled or differently abled people around them in their life, and to let them realize that they are special and they do have something to contribute to the world today.
Yes.
So I want to start with in 1953, I was 3 years old and my sister was 5 when Alice was born. And she was born a normal little girl, but 2 or 3 days after she was born, she acquired an infection on the side of her face that spread like acid over her whole entire area. It melted her ear off. It took off her eyelid, went down into her throat. So to stop this infection, they had to do radiation treatments to stop that infection. Well, unfortunately, it did stop the infection, but it damaged her brain. And in 1953, they didn't know much about radiation. And so it wasn't really the doctor's fault. They just did what they knew. As time went on in the hospital, the doctors finally told Mom and Dad, she won't amount to anything. She's a vegetable, is what they said back then. And they told my folks to go ahead and put her on a waiting list. They had a waiting list for people that to put them in a home. And so while they were waiting, Mom and Dad prayed about it and talked about it, and they decided that if nothing else, they could love her. And that's what they did. They took her home and they thought, I'm just going to love this girl and do the best I can for her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, her quality of life wasn't so great, but the first time that my sister and I saw Alice was by mistake because um, Mom would take her in the bedroom and change the bandage on her face and her neck and everything because it was so gross. And so, but one day she forgot to close the door all the way. And Gloria and I, we snuck in, and I was at the bassinet, and I go, "Oh, isn't she beautiful?" And my mom looked at me, and tears started coming down her face, and
Oh.
she said, "I'll never hide her from anyone again."
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first time that we had seen our sister. And we loved her the way she was. We didn't understand why that was happening, but she was our sister.
Yeah.
So we learned, my older sister and I, we had to learn to depend on each other because Mom was busy 24/7 taking care of Alice, needless to say. And she was a stay-at-home mom, and that's all she had was to take care of Alice.
Mm-hmm.
So my older sister and I, we grew real close. Honestly, we never had a fight except like pillow fights and stuff like that. But we've always gotten along, and we made a pact to just be there for each other.
Yeah.
And that has helped me in growing up, that I had another sister to rely on, or another, sibling. When when we took Alice out to in public for the first time, people would stare at her because
Mm.
honestly, she was hard to look at.
Yeah.
And we got upset with them because of that. But then I realized later that people aren't used to seeing different things.
Mm-hmm.
Something that's ugly or deformed or, not the norm,
Yeah.
then we are curious and we look,
Yeah.
you know. And so when
Most
a
people,
person
what they don't understand, they fear, you know?
that's right. And if we can have some kind of a rebuttal for that, like, hi, her name is Alice,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, she's doing okay, or something like that, instead of nothing and building up resentment. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that was something that I could learn from that situation.
Yeah.
Now, Gloria and I, we protected and watched out for her um, all the time. But one time when Alice was, uh, she started school,
Uh-huh.
and when she started school in kindergarten, first grade, they realized that her brain was damaged, and because the school tested her like they do, and
Yeah.
they realized that she had uh, brain damage from the radiation. So she was in special needs class, special ed. But after first grade, she couldn't keep up with things, and so um, she ended up going to a workshop for retarded citizens,
Mm. Yeah.
and that's when they realized that she had the brain of a 7-year-old,
Okay.
and it never got any better. So she couldn't progress in her school age because her brain didn't. And so she started this workshop thing, which got her up, and it was a place where any kind of disabled person could go. It wasn't just one specific thing, but they could go there, and they were able to do whatever their ability was, and they would help manufacturers do piecework.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if a person could put a rubber washer on 10 different spokes, that was his job.
That was his job.
And
Okay.
then another person would put those in a bag, and then the other person would staple the bag, so on and so forth, like an
Okay.
assembly line.
Yeah, but they all had their
And
own specific.
that's right. Yeah, what they were able to do.
Okay.
And the parents had to volunteer one day a month to chaperone there to help out when the company first got started because they didn't have enough, paid employees. And so when my husband was in Vietnam, I stepped in for my mother and helped out there, and
Okay.
that was a real experience to see all the different disabled people and how they functioned. And, at first, Robin, you're afraid
Yeah.
of some of them because
Yeah.
of what they look like or because of how they act. And I remember this one young man had either cerebral palsy or muscular dystrophy, and he was
Uh-huh.
in a wheelchair, and he was, shaking and like this. And as soon as I started talking to him, he gave me the biggest grin. And I grabbed a hold of his hand and told him, my
Yeah.
name. And we started talking. But you see, those feelings are inside there.
Yeah.
They're in there. And these people want to be treated normally, like
Exactly.
any of us,
Yeah.
And so we have to look past the physical
Hmm.
and get into what's inside there.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Because our special needs, they each have their own gifts and talents to share.
absolutely, absolutely.
Mhm.
Um,
So,
one more thing that I have is
okay.
we tried to include Alice in our family in everything that we did. And if she could uh, do if she could do something, then she was part of our family.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I can remember about this was we always had our evening meal together around the table, and after we ate, Dad would either have a question for us, like "How was your day? Tell
Uh-huh.
me something about your day," or we'd have uh, a little loaf of bread that had little Bible verse cards in it. It was a little card holder,
Okay.
and we used to take out one verse each, and then we'd have to read it and then tell what we thought that verse meant.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so we spent time around the table after we ate, and so we always included Alice in that, and whatever she had to say, we listened.
Okay.
And I think that was very important for her and for us to get to
Yeah.
know her better.
Yeah.
So
That's so
that's
cool.
a little bit about our family.
Okay. So then, another question I have for you is what things in life make Alice happy?
Oh, there's quite a few things, but I'd say the first thing is that she has a sweet tooth.
Okay.
She loves candy, especially M&Ms, and she loves coffee with 3 creamers in it.
Okay.
Um, hot fudge sundaes, anything sweet is good. But she especially loves the color pink for some reason. I can't I was thinking back about it, and I don't know where this thing started, but she just loves pink.
Huh.
And the place where she's staying right now, by the way, she's 70 years old, living in a group home, and she's so happy there because they care about her.
Oh,
It's not just a
yeah.
place to hide.
Hmm.
And before she moved in there, they asked her what her favorite color was. She said pink, and they painted her bedroom pink. And she's happy there. That's comforting to her.
Yeah. She's
And
got her own room.
Yes, she does. She's had roommates in the past, but this time she's got her own room, and that's fine. Um, she loves fuzzy things too, things that are soft and cozy to her because she loves to cuddle,
Uh-huh.
and that's comforting to her as well. So she
Okay.
also likes bubble gum, but she doesn't have any more teeth because of all the candy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cute. Okay. So, what has Alice taught you in life?
Oh man, there's so many things, but I'd have to say patience is number one. Um, any person that has a disability
Hmm.
is uh, puts gives the caregiver a lot of patience to
Yeah.
deal with them, and rightly so because it's a foreign thing for the caregiver. They don't know what that person's going through. But if you're patient and you listen and you try to work with them, they will show you what their needs are in a way that they can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, she taught me she taught me strength and to never give up. She's always been a person that had endurance,
Mm.
and no matter what she was going through, all the surgeries, plastic surgeries, and different things, um, she never complained. And for somebody to go through stuff like that and not complain, what
Yeah.
gives
You,
me the right to complain?
you know, she had pain just like anybody else. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow.
Um, and she has a caring spirit. Um, I know the several times when she was in Children's Hospital and she was able to get up and walk around a little bit, she'd be pushing somebody else in a wheelchair, and chatting with them and stuff because she just cared about them.
Yeah.
And she just cared for others. So it helped me to learn to accept everyone.
Mm. Oh, that's really good. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, how has Alice impacted others? Do you believe?
Well,
Right.
I've seen a lot of people affected by her friendliness.
Mm.
One thing about special needs is they seem to regard everyone as their friends
Yeah.
and
Love everybody.
love everybody. Nobody does anything wrong. It's just you're my friend. So
Yeah.
she'd go up to a perfect stranger, when we're walking or something or at church. Hi, my name is Alice. What's your name?
Yeah. Yeah. The
And
God
we're
says
going,
they have childlike faith, and I think
yes,
that's childlike faith right there, just to love
that's
everybody unconditionally.
That's really true. And sometimes, we'd be embarrassed because she was doing it, but they loved it,
Yeah.
because somebody was befriending them. So that's one thing. Another thing I learned from her. We were in a restaurant one time ordering a meal, and the waitress came over and Alice introduced herself, and she
Hmm.
said, "What's your name?" So she told her. When the waitress came back to give us the bill, Alice says her name and she says, "I'm going to pray for you."
Oh,
And she did. She, not right then, but um, our family is, faith. We believe in God and we read the Bible regularly and stuff like that. And Alice had God in her heart, and
yeah.
so she radiated uh, the kindness and the love that Jesus would if he was here.
Yeah. Amen. That's awesome.
Mm.
Okay. So, looking objectively, how do you think the outside world, perceives Alice?
Honestly, I have to say that um, they she's a retarded person, a freak.
Mm,
especially before her plastic surgery. She was hard to look at.
wow.
And I think people thought she wasn't worth much and more of a bother than a help.
Yeah.
Um, but today, after, seeing her through the years and stuff, I would say that she's a blessing
Okay.
because she's got this cheerful spirit about her that uplifts people when they talk to her. And
Yeah.
uh, God's light shines through her to other people. So I would say she's a blessing.
Amen. 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 So I believe doing these shows and showing the world, the different lives and the situations that these families go through. I think it'll help, people that don't know special needs people to help break down the walls and to help to educate.
I
So that,
agree.
yeah, that's my true goal.
Hmm.
So, but this has been awesome today, and I thank you for being a part of it.
Yes, I've got one more thing.
Sure, sure. Go ahead.
Um, I just want to end with this, Robin, because I want people, when you see a person that is different,
Mm-hmm.
treat them with kindness and respect. Because what if the shoe was on the other foot?
Yep, 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 yep. That's about
Just
what
think about that. Yeah.
our civility dialogue is all about, living the golden rule.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Amen. So, Penny, thank you so much for being here today
Bless.
and sharing your story about Alice.
Mhm.
And what I would like to do is show the other side of the family dynamic, if it would be possible, if you could talk to your sister Gloria. And we might be able to have her on a show also, and we could show both sides, how it's viewed differently, even though it's in the same family and what you've gone through.
Absolutely. Yeah,
And
that's going to be that'll be a real eye opener for all of us, Robin.
yeah, I think
Hmm.
that'd be really good.
Yes.
So, what if people would like to hear more of your story or contact you for your female civility? Sorry, how can they get in contact with you?
They can email me at Dr. Penny Chaplin
Okay,
um, at gmail.com.
okay, great, great, great. I'm afraid my phone's going to ring again.
That's
So
okay.
also, if you're interested in being a part of this show and would like to tell your story of your family member, or if you're a teacher or anything like that, would like to talk about special needs and to get that information out there, you can contact me at robin.challengechampions@gmail, or please visit my website at
Mhm.
www.challengechampionsandheroes.com.
Mhm.
So I look forward to having you all a part of my show. Remember, real life education through real life stories. All right.
Amen. Bye
Amen.
bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye, Penny. Thank you.
You're welcome.